Hello. Let's move across a bit. Hang on, I'm gonna adjust the camera from earlier. How you doing, guys? There we go. Okay. Just make sure I can see chat. Hey, Pelican. So, last time I made some quickie envelopes and, hey Nick, I got some feedback. I don't know why people don't just leave comments on my videos. I get like 3 comments on videos. I don't know why. Don't be scared to leave comments on videos, it's fine. People DM'd me, 3 people DM'd me, one saying, I love the envelopes, but what do you do with them? And I don't know if that's the same question as the other 2 who said, yes, but how do you decorate them? Once you've got the envelope, I know how to put it in my journal, but how do I decorate it? So I don't know if all 3 questions were the same, because I think probably they were. I don't think person number 3 was like, what do you do with an envelope? Because you put stuff in an envelope, right? And you put it in your journal. Tip in, clip it in, whatever. Thank you, I did my roots finally. So I'm fairly sure that it was all to do with decoration. And having talked to my Twitch stream this morning, I wasn't quite sure why people needed to see it decorated, but I think it might be just that you need to see it done to have ideas for yourself, maybe. I don't know. It could be a similar thing to me and recipes. I can't make follow a recipe unless I see the finished thing. I don't know why, I just can't. So I'm going to assume that's something like it, but fine, let's decorate some envelopes. Let's do it that way. I don't care. I'm going to play anyway, so might as well play with something you guys want to see, right? So I thought what I'd do is I've just grabbed some stuff. I haven't thought this out in any way. So I don't want you to think, oh yeah, but you've sat and organised stuff. I haven't, okay? I've got 2 journals at the moment. My Victorian Penny Dreadful, which is dark green, black, dark green, black and white mostly. Couple of bits of kind of aged paper, and it's very Victorian Gothic, basically. That's all it is. It's just Victorian Gothic. I'm focusing kind of on the literary characters in the TV series. And then I've got next month's, which we're working on in class, which is Steampunk in brown and blue. This colour blue. Well, I suppose you call that turquoise. Light blue. So I thought, why don't I make a couple of pockets, trifold pockets, envelopes, whatever you want to call them, for each one, and then I can show you how I would decorate it for those 2 in 2 different ways. Is that okay? So I've just grabbed stuff that is... I'm sorry, I had a coconut biscuit and I got bits of coconut stuck. Keep reappearing in my mouth. I don't know where they're coming from, but I cleaned my teeth, but they're still there. Coconut just gets everywhere. It's like sand. I've got a couple of bits that are specifically stuff that I'd already pulled out to use, which is these. So I've got my Steampunk Steampunk Spells Graphic 45 stickers, which I love Graphic 45, but these damn stickers keep coming off the paper, so I need to use them before they get destroyed and end up just throwing them out. I've got some blue papers that I printed out for the book. I think I'll probably use a plain one, but I don't know. I've got this random piece of, it's the rice paper that I had, the Sumi paper. Do both. That's what I do. Should I study live or should I watch this live or study while there's some daylight? Do both. It's Friday. Who cares? It's Friday. Do both. This is the rice paper, the Sumi paper that I found. And yes, you can print on it. But you have to make sure that you've got a bent edge. So I put it into the printer like that. And this is where it fits in the guide of the printer. And this bent edge here, where I folded it in, is where it's wider than A4, sorry. So I printed it to A5 size. So it can be done, but it's a bit tricky. It gets stuck in the printer. So I've got that just happens to be hanging around. I've also pulled some pages out of a book. This is from the... I bought this book ages ago for about £4 in a charity shop. Completely forgot I had it. And then Courtney bought one. Little Raven Ink bought one. And said, look what I've got. And I was like, hang on a minute. I've got one of them somewhere. So I went and did some digging. And I do indeed have one somewhere. And I found it and I pulled some pages out. It's Trisha Baker, is it? Patterns. I threw it on the floor somewhere and now I don't know where it is. So I can't actually get the book. But if you're in Little Raven Ink's Patreon, you'll have seen it anyway. But yeah, I've got the same book, so I thought, let's grab that. So those are stuff that I deliberately pulled out. I'd already pulled out these because I've had these for absolutely ages and I've never used them. They're supposed to be angel wings, but these kind of look like raven wings. I think I can use them as raven wings or something. And then I've got these, which I can use as, these would be fine for Steampunk. I just want to get rid of them. I don't really use them. I've got these, which I very naughtily and illegally photocopied from my Bohemian Tarot deck, my Bohemian Gothic Tarot. We've got Frankenstein, Jekyll and Hyde, and Dracula. But I'm not selling them. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm just going to be sticking them in my book. And I thought I could use those maybe for one of the envelopes. I've got my little box of bits that sits by my other desk that moves across here. So this is just scraps and stuff and punches and my scissors and staples and things like that. Just odd bits, scraps of ribbon and things that I've been using already in my journal. So I use, I've been using these ribbons. I've been using them a lot. So instead of keep putting them away, I've just been chucking them in here. And then when I'm done with the journal, I'll put them away properly. I've got 2 sets of stamps that I've been using. One is just random scripts. I don't know where it comes from. Words plate 4 is all it says. Doesn't say who it's by. I have no idea. This is the CDs one I used last week. I've got some random bits of note paper and manila card. These are the Filofax dividers that I've cut the tabs off. So I thought I could use those. It's the only source of manila card I have because we don't have manila folders here and I don't know why. I've also got random bits of that steampunk paper. I've got bits of journal cards. I've got my stamp pads, my glue and my box of shinies. So I'm not doing anything special. I haven't pulled out anything, planning what I'm going to do in advance or anything like that. I've just got my theme. And these bits that I already had pulled out to use at some point, but I don't really have a plan for them. So, here's what I did with the one we made last week. I was planning to just show you this and go, here you go, here's an idea of what you could do with it. But then, after the comments about, well, how do you decorate it, though, I wondered if perhaps just showing you this might not be enough. So, because we've got all levels here, haven't we? We've got experienced crafters, we've got people who do art, we've got planners, we've got all sorts. So, see, these sticky things coming off again. Oh, Graphic 45. Make your stickers a bit more sticky, please. They're annoying. They all come off. So this one was just the sewing machine paper. Started off just as sewing machine paper like this. As I said on the stream, because it was very plain and it was sewing machine paper, modern. Well, not, it's vintage, but it's not Victorian. It's like 1960s or something. So I did ink the edges on this one, but I didn't just whack some vintage photo on. I used tea stain. Is that what it's called? Tea dye, which is kind of a warmer brown. And then I put black over the top because I like the really dirty look as opposed to just grubby. I stuck this part down. So this part was originally a flap that lifted up. I decided to stick it down to make a tuck on the back here. So I've got a tuck here and I've got a tuck here. Okay. I found this really neat sewing stitch on my sewing machine. It's just kind of a zigzag, kind of straight with a zigzag, but it kind of reminded me of, you know, like a heart monitor where it goes doo beep, doo beep, doo beep. Yeah. So that immediately made me think of Frankenstein because he's one of the characters. I've had this little dude hanging around for a while, so I stuck him on there. He's just a journal card. I don't know what brand or anything he is. And I stuck it on like a secretarial pocket and rounded this corner, because rounding the corner, to me, it always indicates that that means that's a lift-up corner. I printed out, this is a screenshot from the Limehouse Golem film that I watched last week. It's got this really crazily written diary, like super crazy. Look at all this mad scribbling, tiny drawing stuff. It's really weird. Really cool, but really weird. So I just printed that up, folded it in half and tucked it in there. I've got a bit of, this is from my crow napkin, raven napkin. You've seen this before. Oh, I don't have my journal with me. It's an orange napkin with a crow in the middle and it's got quotes from Nevermore. These were just some offcuts that I had hanging around, so I stuck those on. I sewed all the edges because I like the sewn look. I added some lace at the back here because this, you know, if you imagine that without the lace, it looked pretty blank. So I thought putting some lace on would give it a bit of substance. I printed this out. This is from Pixabay. It's just a really long laboratory table type thing. And it had creases on the paper already. So like when you print it out, the printout has got creases on the paper. So I folded it up. I printed coffee dye on the back. And what I thought I would do was turn it into kind of a letter. So I was going to do a address type thing on the front here for Victor Frankenstein, as if somebody's written to him, sending him this diagram, and then I could write, you know, I could write a little note to him. Victor, here's the setup for the whatever blah, 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 sciencey type talk. Yeah. So I thought that would be fun, and then I just folded it up and put it in here. So this is kind of like a little clipboard almost, like a little lab book, notebook that you'd have. Maybe you'd have it with him put it in his inside pocket, take it to the lab with him, keep his notes on it, something. I put some name, date and lab on here. So again, just using different handwriting or different stamp or something, I can put Victor Frankenstein or Dr. V Frankenstein or whatever, and the date and a lab code or something like that. And then in here, I used offcuts from my pages. Now, my book is A5 slim, so it's Moleskine large size. So every time I make a page, I print a page like this on A4. It's about 1 inch too wide on either side. And sometimes what I do is I will fold it like that and then cut off this wide piece. So I end up with a lot of wide strips, and these wide strips make great little notepads. So I just literally just a bit of fabric on the top, stapled it together, 2 little bits, there's a little bit of notepaper, which of course you can use for journaling or whatever. That goes in there. One of these little things, make it look like a clipboard. Yeah? So it's like a concept piece almost. I think when you're decorating, for me, I usually decorate for my journal. I don't just make ephemera in advance on the off chance I'm going to put it in a journal. I make it for a journal. So I already have a theme. And I think having a theme helps you get started. If you don't have a theme, just maybe pick your favourite colour or something. If you really love pinks and blues, make pink and blue stuff, you know? Just with whatever you've got lying around. Use up your scrap drawer. Okay, so let's play with some more, shall we? Those papers are going in my journal, so I'm going to put those there. Oh, I've got the... Let's start off simple, shall we? I've got this, right? This is the envelope that I had the other day. Remember I made the... We had the flyers in it. And I took the flyers out, but I kept the envelope because it was kind of cool looking. I thought this would be good for my steampunk journal. So let's decorate a pre-made envelope. That's a good place to start, isn't it? What shall we do? Generally when I use an envelope, I fold it over the page. So let's first of all see if it's the right height or if it's going to stick up. It's going to stick up. So this top piece, that top ½ inch, can be used as a eye-catching thingy. You know what I mean. Sticks up at the top of your tab. That's what the word I was looking for. So that top little bit above there can be used like that. I've got some of these kind of bits, and I've got this. That actually would fit quite well in there as a fold-in. If that's half the size. I made it that big, so it's a little bit too long. So let's alter the envelope a little bit so it's not quite so huge. Oops. So there's hyena, tiger. Okay, so that's got rid of that bit, and then that fold up there is where the paper fits. So if I fold that up, let's take that off. Fold that up like that. Can trim that bit off. I've got another bit of decoration there. Never throw away your scraps. You never know when they'll come in useful. Actually, it'd probably be easier to fold that back that way. Cut this bit off that way. There we go. That works easier. Obviously you don't have to do this with a pre-made envelope, it's just that this envelope is a bit big for my needs. Stick a bit of glue. Come on. So that now fits in there much more easily. It's much better. That's a better size for my journal. So what can we do with this? Let's do, I've got to cover that bit somehow. So let's use, I like that watch. Let's use that. Ooh, what's that weird knocking noise? Oh, it's that. Okay. I could hear something tapping. It's my thing knocking against my screen. Got some journal cards here that are like maps and stuff. That would fit with Steampunk, wouldn't it? I like those grungy kind of... Oh, that's a good colour. Yeah, that'll fit nicely on there, won't it? So that's good. Let's use those. What can I use to cover that bit? I just want a bit of something to... Yeah, that'll do. Don't know what it is, but what it'll do. Bit of packaging I held on to, I think. I tend to think more about how am I going to cover up the bits I don't want rather than how am I going to decorate it. I don't think of it as decorating. I'm just like, well, I don't want that there. That's ugly. What am I going to do to cover it up? Got some squared paper somewhere or something. Oh, I've got an old journal, old diary here. That'll do. Old moleskin diaries that have spare pages in. Always useful for collage fodder. What have we got? Plain note paper. Have we got any useful dates or something? Or oh, hang on. Travel plans. Travel planning. That'll do. Bit of map. That would be good in here, actually. Let's turn this into a travel notes document type thing. So I'm thinking steampunk, I'm thinking travel, time clocks, that kind of stuff. We've got some maps here. Got some journaling space. Wasn't there another page on travel? Hang on. Weekly memo. Oh, a blank piece of paper. Always useful. Yeah, travels memo. Flight durations. Even better. Oh. These stupid bits at the beginning of journals are so useful for collage, I tell you. So if we do flight durations there, let's cut that bit off. Actually, no, let's tear it off like it's been ripped out of a book. It has been ripped out of a book, but let's tear it off anyway. Off to the day job. Okay, see you, Pelican. Hey, Brenda. Long time no see. You've been keeping yourself busy. Sorry, am I off camera? I keep bringing things up close to me so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so let's put that there. That one's got gunge on it. I don't want one with gunge on it. I've got another one somewhere that's cleaner. There we go. Oh, no, that's washi tape. There we go. Here it is. Ooh. Steampunk fabric and a steampunk thingy. Ooh. Ooh. Yes. Awesome. Okay. So. Flight durations, but I also like the memo travels. Travel memos. So what if I put that on there? Like it's a continuation of that. So that's a journaling space. But if I only stick it here, so when you flip that over, you've got flight durations. It would look better down here, wouldn't it? So let's do it that way. Let's put these in line. Oh, it's lined up with bottom. So if I line that up there, I'm going to run a bit of glue down there just to hold it in place. And then, oops. So now I've got travel planning, travel memo, flight durations. I need to turn that up just a tiny bit so we've got London in there. So that bit can fit in there. if you've got a journal stamp of some sort, you could put, you know, like a times and dates or something like that, whatever, on there. So that makes that interesting. There's a room there to put maybe a photo or some tickets, or, you know, just whatever you feel like putting up there, I guess. I want to kind of hide some of that background. So what about if we put okay, so we can put that on there. Like that. Crafting along with me, getting stuck on glue stick. Excellent. Yeah, grab the glue stick, start sticking stuff down. You can make all sorts of things from scraps. I always have a scrap box. If I'm working by theme, or, you know, I get into colours, a colourway, or I'm like, oh, I'm really into whatever, but right now, like I'm really into green at the moment. I will always just keep a box next to me of bits that I either pull out or I say, oh, like, oh, I'll cut these bits off, and look, not chucking these bits away. I can use these bits on the envelope, you know, even bits like this. There you go. Put it like that, do that, and then write on it, and you've got a little tab or whatever. No, I never throw scraps away. I mean, I will eventually throw things like this away. Once I'm done, if I haven't used this, I'll throw it away. But thank you. I've done my roots at last. It's taken me forever to do. Went a little bit more grey-blue this time than silver, but I kind of like it. Well, I do like it. I don't kind of like it. I do like it. Okay, so there's that. So now we've got journaling spots. We've got somewhere we can put a photo or notes or whatever. We've got a map there. Easy way to make a map look like it's part of your spread. Okay, my colour scheme is blue, and so let's add some blue. So let's do this is going to be the April one, so I'll just pick a date in April. There you go, I've got a pre-made journaling page thing ready for the 17th of April to put in my journal. Just jazzes it up a bit, makes it a bit interesting. Let's do that. Kind of reminds me of, oh, let's use this bit, because this bit's got a bit of something on it. I mean, it's got a car on it, but that's not, it's a bit too twee for steampunk, but I want to put it down on here so I can use the back of it. So now I've got a nice plain piece on both sides. That on there. Could do something super simple. If you know how to do scripts and stuff. Something steampunky. I was trying to do a little doodle that was kind of steampunky and I can't think of one. There you go, little light bulb, that'll do. I've probably got a sticker or something I could put on there that would look better. Actually, what have I got here? Steampunky stuff. Oh, that little thing came off. I'll stick that there. I think the secret to decorating is don't get too hung up on it, don't overthink it, just grab and go. I'm just reading. What have I got here? I don't really have anything that would fit, but I do have these. And I reckon if I chop that off about there. Hey guys, if I chop that off about there and stick it on there, and cover my terrible doodle. There you go. Make the inside match. We could put that there. Like as if it's a little clip, almost. Let's put it on the blank side of the map. So it almost looks like that's clipped up under there. Cool little piece of ephemera. So, what else do I have here? Ooh. That's kind of cool. That would look better. That would look better. That's not dry yet, so. Nope, I have no trouble sticking things over other things. That piece of paper is not so precious to me that I need to worry about, oh, but I've just stuck something on there. Don't care. Oh, I'm getting the jitters. Sorry if you can hear like a knocking sound. Something's knocking still. Every time my table wobbles, it knocks. It's extremely annoying, but I can't stop the table wobbling. I think I need a new table. Or maybe the legs need tightening or something. Okay, that's better. That looks better. I like that. Now I can write on here in my writing. Which will look better anyway. So that's going in our envelope. We've also got bits of maps and stuff. But we've also got a bit of map there, so let's put this in the envelope. So if that's going to go on a page like that, open out and put that in there. I always have to think about that because it's not natural for me to put stuff in that way. I always put it in that way. And then everything's upside down when I turn it over, which is kind of annoying. Anyway, so that was going to go on there, wasn't it? That map would be useful. Put a bit of map paper there. Yup. Actually, no, let's put the matte paper down here, behind the pocket. Make sure it's the right way up. Pocket. Okay, so another journaling card. I think I'll just pop that one in there, like that. I'll wait till that's dry because it's a little bit tight. This has already got like sellotape type things stapled to it, so why don't we follow that theme? There we go. And then the top of this is going to show, so why don't we use this bit here, kind of like a tab. I don't want to cut off the edge of the envelope, obviously, but if I just put it here, it'll catch the eye as more of a tab than lunchtime. Off again. Okay, so now we've got a pocket with a journaling card and something interesting underneath. You can go to town with this, stamp it, ink it, whatever you want to do with it. I like to make stuff like this and then leave it till the day that I use it. And then, you know, I can do whatever takes my fancy on the day, you know. I don't have to necessarily do... If I do something today, I might come to it in the middle of April and then go, I don't like it now. You know, do you know what I mean? 17th of April is a long way away. And I put the date on this for the 17th. See, that's upside down now. How is it upside down? Didn't I do it? I thought I did it the right way up. Now I'm confused. Okay, I don't know. Anyway, I've got a little journaling spot, 17th of April, so I've already got a day set up ready to journal on. I can add photos to here, of course. I need to get rid of this bit, so what do we have that we can use? It's that way up. Oh, there's a cute little black cat there. He'll be cool. Let's use him. He doesn't quite cover the writing, but that doesn't matter. He looks cool. That's all that I'm interested in. And do I need anything there? Let me think. If it's going to be wrapped around the page, you're not going to see that side anyway, so I don't need that side stuck like that. That's going to bug me if I don't stick it down. Yeah, there we go. One decorated envelope. I think we can call that a day. Oh, see you, Paula. So that was pretty quick. Just done with whatever we had to hand. Nice little journaling spot. capture the day, put in some photos. Could even do 2 days journaling on there. That fits on my steampunk book. So, what else have we got? Let's do a Frankenstein one. Let's do an actual... I've got one. I kind of want to do a Vanessa type one with these black wings. See if we can use these black wings somehow. And I pulled out a slight bit of preparation. I did pull out some bits that I thought would be cool to use for panels. So this is very gold and silver, so gold and blue. So I thought I could use that for a steampunk image, like an explorer's journal type thing. So those are steampunk bits. Let's move those out of the way. Use those on there in a minute. So let's do a Vanessa Ives style one. Now I need to cut this paper down because it's too tall for my book, but that's okay. Actually, let's cut these down one at a time because I want to use this one as the main envelope. So I'm going to do exactly the same as I did before. New offcuts, new bits of steampunk bits. I'm literally just going to... Ooh, that's a nice pattern. Oh, is that the same pattern? Oh, it is. Just going to roll it till it's approximately right. Does not have to be exact. In fact, the less exact it is, the better, because then you can... I might actually put some lace on the edge of that, so... Right, there's my envelope. Now, I will almost certainly sew this around, but just for now, I'm going to tack it in place with a bit of blue tack, with a bit of Pritt stick. I've got green thread in my sewing machine, so I'm doing a lot of black, so the green shows up on the black, and I really like that. I'm into the contrasty stitching at the moment. So I will... Let me grab a pen. That'll do. So I will sew stitching along there. I will probably, I like it to go all the way across, so I'll probably do there, and then I'll do stitching on this bit as well, because I will stitch on a bit of lace. I've got some black lace somewhere, so let's move my steampunk bits out of the way. Put them on a drawer further down. That's Vanessa bits. I need those. Okay. Ooh, there's a nice grey piece. I like that. I just dropped something on the floor. I don't know what it was. Probably don't need it though. Okay. Strip of lace, bit of lace, bit of black, strip of lace, a raven. It ties in with my wings. Bit of tracing paper, that's interesting. So the first thing I want to do is get rid of this, because I don't want a bed with pillows in the middle of my lovely black and white book here. Oh, I've got glue all over it, never mind. So let's cover that first. So I'm going to use this panel, I think. That looks about right. Leave the decorative borders on, because you don't know how much you're going to need exactly. So if I put that there as a panel, ooh, look at that. That fits really nicely. I could cut that there. And there. And cut it even here. There we go. That'll do. Seems a waste to not make it into a pocket, doesn't it? You can never have too many pockets. Journals are like dresses, you can't have too many pockets. And if you're not going to use the pocket, it doesn't matter, you know? It just looks like it's a piece of paper. You can use the pocket if you want to, but you don't have to. But better to have a pocket and not need it than want a pocket and not be able to add it. Am I right? So I'm going to do this pocket on the inside so that it will be there. Ugh. Come on. I love Aleen's, but it does get stuck in the old bottle. That's why I use a wine cup. Or, well, it's not a wine cup, it's a tumbler. That would have looked better with that at the bottom, but never mind. And we always want an easy way of getting things in and out of our thingy, so I like to do this on all my pockets. That's going to be a pocket as well, so actually let's leave that side and do it this side, because I just had an idea. It's not a magic trick. My my thing has, somebody thought, well, if you do it that way you can't tell where's halfway, so somebody clever person put markers on either side. But you can also see upside down, but if this bit doesn't fit in your pocket, you can do it that way. Okay, oh, I kind of like this rough thing that's happening here. I don't know where it's coming from. Lace. Is that lace long enough to fit on there, do you think? Oh, it's close enough. Let's just neaten it up a tiny bit because it's a little bit off. I'm not worried about it being completely off, but that is way off. I don't mind it not being straight, but that was a bit crazy. We put that there. That covers that bit there. Pointless tip. If you want to know how far up to glue for your lace, line it up on the table and then you know that you need to put glue up to that point there. Especially if you're like me and you're not measuring things, because I don't measure things. Life's too short for measuring things and it's Friday. I glued the wrong side. Oh well, never mind. Put that bit on here instead. It's not like it matters. These things happen. I can do something else at the top of that now. Okay, so now you can see the lace there. It's just not on the front. So, oh, I know. Now this thing is tricky. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but mostly I have good luck with it. What are we sticking on? Yes! I like it. That's actually better than what I originally planned, so I'm cool with that. I'm going to cut off these odd bits on the edges. There's always odd bits on the edges. Right. Do I want to... What's on the other side of here? Oh, there's nice. It's a nice pattern on there, look. Oh, that's pretty. Let's fold that over. And you can see the layers. I like it. I'm just going to stick this bit down. I don't need to keep that open for anything, I don't think. Sorry about my jiggly camera. It's not my camera, it's my desk is gone funny. I know it's annoying, but I can't do anything about it at the moment because I don't know how to make my desk not wobble. And my camera's attached to my desk, so... Okay, could do with something there, couldn't I? What shall we put there? What about a bit of something something? Like a bit of collage-y type. Collage-y type layered paper thingies. Let's do something like that. No, let's just staple it. Staples isn't quite what I would want right now, but I'd probably, if I was sat at my desk over there, I'd probably put a button on it or something, but I can't be bothered to get all my sewing stuff out from over there just to do that. You can always stick a button on front. Actually, where's my bag of bits? Ooh, I've got ribbons. Ooh, I've got a white ribbon. Now, white ribbon isn't very Vanessa, is it? Have I got a silver one? I've got a silver one. I've got a silver ribbon. I've got a silver ribbon. And I've got a silver wing. Oh no, that's a leaf. It's not a wing. That's a silver witch. A little witch on a broomstick. Which is cute. Just tiny little witch on a broomstick. What else have I got? Anything in green? Well, my green is sorely lacking. That's all I've got in green. Got a paper clip though, metal paper clip, that'll do. I do not want to stick that on the paper clip. I can tell you that for nothing. Ribbons on paper clips drive me insane. I will probably have to use a bit of E600 for this later, but this will do for now. Let's stick that side down as well. Whoops. Ooh, shaky hands. Yeah, that's going to need E6000. That's not going to stick. Okay. I'll deal with that later. I'm not 100% sure about it actually now I've put it on there. I think it needs black. You know what? I'm not going to put that on there. I'm going to put a bit of this on here. I'm going to put that paper clip over the top. Oh yeah, there we go. That's better. That's much more Vanessa, isn't it? Okay, so it's got a little bit of something there. Could put a photo there. I could use that as a photo spot. Could put bits and pieces in there. In fact, I've got some Tomo River paper I can fold up and put in there. Let's scav a few pieces out of this journal. This has already got pages torn out of it, so. Let's take one out of the middle. A little bit too wide. Normally I'd just fold it up, to be honest. But I don't know, that might bug me. That hole might bug me. There to there. If I cut it off just above that hole, or I could just fold it up and then you won't see the hole, right? I can always stick something over the hole later. That'll do. There we go. Oh, how did I manage to make that too short? That's weird. I could have sworn I measured it. There we go. That'll do. So what we're going to do with this side now. Let's do something to do with that. I like this. This is like feathery. And it'll cover up some of that writing, which is modern writing. I like this. And I'm wondering if I can use some of these wings. Not really big wings. Or small wings. Or tiny wings. These are weird wings. They don't really look like wings. They look more like bow ties to me. I've had these for years. Years and years. Not even 100% sure where they came from. Somebody sent them to me in a swap years ago. I think they might be Art Chicks Studio or something like that. Arty Chicks. Art Chicks Studio. Does that ring any bells, scrapbookers? I think that's what it was called. Art Chicks Studio. Okay. That's too much on that pattern. Got some more of this pattern that I could put across there. which would make the wings stand out more. So let's do that. I don't want to put it all the way across. But let's just put it like there and layer it up with that. Yeah, I like that. Wish I had a green green stamp pad. I don't have a green stamp pad because I actually do want to ink this edge. But in the absence of a green stamp pad, the next best thing is this will do. Oil pastel, for those wondering. Let's do these bits as well. I don't know how many of these bits you're going to see. That's better. That'll make it stand out a little bit. Of course, you could turn this into a pocket as well if you really wanted to, but I think I've got enough pockets on this one. Given that I've still got a spare flap, I could add a pocket to if I want to later. So let's cover up some of that writing. I like this because it looks like wings. Put it the right way up. So kind of like that there actually. Where are those big wings gone? Crikey, how big is this bag? I think these are these sticky? No, we have to stick them yourself, I think. Okay, if we had something like this, they're a bit too much like angel wings. I want them to look more like raven wings. Ooh. I'm thinking, how big is that woman? Oh, that makes her very steampunk. Okay, so there's an idea for my steampunk journal. I can use the Victorian woman, who looks like that. Give her gold wings from the other set. I like that. Oh, I like that a lot. plainish. Something plainish. Aha, something plainish. Black. These stamps are a bit temperamental. They don't always stamp very well. That way. You're all very quiet. Are you playing along? Or chilling? Want a coffee? I think I just found the source of that rattling noise. I think it was my candle. Aha! Well, that worked finally. Where's my pocket gone? Oh, there it is. Okay. So what I thought was that looks really good with that. I'm going to tear it as close to the stamp as I can, which almost inevitably means I'm going to lose bits of my stamp because that happens. Yeah, I like it, that'll do. Put that there. Sticking stuff and cooking tea. Excellent. Doing admin. Ugh. Admins are not for Friday afternoon. Well, Friday afternoons are not for admin, are they? Okay, so let's put that about there. Stick it down. Stick it down. I'm trying to hold the table still with my knees to try and stop the camera jiggling. Anyway, I like that there still. I like that piece. Should I put it on there? No, because I like the idea of putting a photo there. This bit doesn't need decorating. Yeah, I like that bit there. So what I'm going to do is put that in on a piece of card. This paper is quite stiff, so I'm going to put it on a piece of paper. we're not going to see it, so I'm going to keep the white bits and use a bit of this that we're probably not going to see. That on there. Oh, my desk always looks a mess. You should see the other one. Occasionally I tidy it up. That's usually when you get a studio vlog. Or desk tour, rather. Okay. So now we've got a little tuck spot there if we want it, or it's just decoration. And since we've got this hanging around, ooh, that's a bit thick. That's a seam, it's a bit chunky. Let's put another bit of black ribbon on this bit. Just a little bit. Actually, let's cut a bit like that. There we go. Pop that on there, add a bit of interest to that side, and then pop that on there, add a bit of interest to that side. Oh, my fingers are all gluey. There we go. I've got glue everywhere. How have I got glue everywhere? I'm not going to bother decorating this bit because I would decorate this bit when I come to it. So I'll probably put a photo there or something like that. I've got a journaling spot there for some hidden bits. You could use that bit as a tuck spot if you really wanted to. Just slot something in under there, but I wouldn't bother. That's just clipped on there. It's just decoration. I've got a pocket at the top here, which you could put whatever you want in. Bit of decoration on the back. It needs something there. Needs something there. Just a little something something. A little something something just to... A bit of zhuzhin. It needs a little bit of zhuzhin. A little bit of zhuzh. Nope. That could work. I think I'm going to edge it though. I'll do the no, should I do the green? The more I look at that green, the less I'm liking it. Oh, I'm terrible for... I think, oh, you know, I could actually ink that, and then I'm like, no, I don't actually like it. Let's do a bit of... There we go, that's a bit better. And let's do Jen. Sorry, hey Jen, hi. Sorry, I thought you were going. You're not, you're coming. Hello. It's not, it needs some black behind it. It needs some black. Everything's better with a bit of black, right? Dang straight it is. Ooh. Accidentally put something on top of there. Set my screen crazy for a minute there. Yeah, I'm not liking those white letters. So, next to that is Sharpie. Problem solved. Shiny paper, so it's not going to dry very quick, so I must not put my hand in it. There we go. Yeah, that'll do. I'm liking that effect. Let's do that a bit more. Let's do scribble, 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 scribble. Yay, glossy paper. Oh, come on. You were working just now. What are you doing? That glue on the end of it or something. No, it just doesn't want to work now. Was working fine. Now it's not. But that's what ballpoints are made for. There. So if you want to use it as a tuck spot, you've got one there. That would look quite cool with a photo in it, like a little Polaroid type photo, just popped in there. That would look really cute. You've got the big pocket at the top that you can put stuff in if you want to. Again, you don't have to. Flap, journaling spot, embellishments. Again, you could put a small passport photo or something under there. Another cool one. So that's going to go in my Penny Dreadful journal with my Frankenstein. Where did Frankie go? There he is. So two very different ones for the same journal. So this is the Frankenstein one, Victor Frankenstein, and then this is Vanessa. I will probably sew a bit on the edges just to hold that fabric in place, but I kind of like it the way it is, so maybe I won't. Maybe, maybe not. Don't know. It needs a bit more green. I might, this is loose, so I could put that in under the sewing machine and just sew a little bit along there. And maybe a little bit on this corner or something. And there's Frankie. These offcuts are so handy for making little journaling spots. So there's 2 for my journal. What time are we on? 5:30. Oh, we've got another half an hour yet. So there's the other one. There's the Steampunk envelope. That was the pre-made envelope. It's got travel stuff. That would be really cool on this. Bit of gold. Bit of metallic. I have a gold. No, that's brown. That's olive. Silver. Ah, there's my gold one. Fell out. Okay. So let's jazz up this envelope with a bit of gold. Again, this is gold oil pastel. It doesn't look like much, but actually when you get it in the light, it's got a really good shine to it. So it does make a difference. And it just takes the plain edge off a really wide expanse. See, now you've got a little bit of gold that matches the cat. See? There you go, you can see it shimmering. I like that. Let's put a bit of on this bottom edge as well, just to match it. It takes the plainness off that back edge, that's all. It's pretty! Because remember, you're not going to see that. This is going to be tucked around a piece of a page in a book. So you're not going to see that bit. You're only going to see this bit. So, do I want to do anything with this? I don't think so. I think I'll leave that for when I decorate it. Let's do that girl. Let's do that Victorian girl with the gold wings, shall we? Where did she go? Back up there. Here she is. Let's stamp her on this. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I know. Where's the lid of my box to stamp her with? There we go. Oh, it goes on that side. Stamp her in black or brown? Let's stamp her in brown. See, actually, no, let's stamp her in blue. Got chipped sapphire. And that's water soluble, so we can actually use that to colour her in. To get the inside of these stamps to ink sometimes. It's like they're bowed in the middle. I don't know if that's because they're old or what. Okay. Paper's strange. One side of it is, this side of it's glossy, but this side of it feels smooth. It's almost like matte photo paper, you know, where it feels different on each side. So I'm going to let the ink sink into it so that it prints properly. I'm not the greatest stamper in the world, but I manage. But I just thought of a really cool way to add those wings to her. Where did they go? The gold wings, there's the black ones. That's all the black ones. Let's just shove those all in the same bag for now. Where are the other wings? Where's the blue set? The gold set, rather. Oh, here they are. Here they are. Here they are. Here we go. I put it all down here, didn't I? So let's make another thing for the, let's move my Vanessa stuff. And make another steampunk one out of this gold page. So I've got some more bits and pieces there. Let's go for a more lady theme, because this is very gold and cherubs and interesting ceiling type stuff. So let's use that. And no, not that one. These are the wings, you see. Gold wings, and we've got stickers and things there. I want to try and use up some of these because they're coming unstuck, which is annoying. I like that blue. I like that blue trim. I might use that. I might just have to take the orange one off and stick it in the book somewhere because it's just annoying. Okay, so this is too high for my book, so I have to chop a bit off the top again. Which gives me a nice offcut that's interesting to play with. Oh, I need some more one sides to put things on. Woof, that's bright. Let's try and make this a bit more even than the Vanessa one. I deliberately made the Vanessa one uneven because I knew I wanted to add a bit of lace to it, because of course you do. But the steampunk one doesn't necessarily need lace because I've got these gold trims. So I'm going to use those, I think. Okay, so what if we leave the outside of this one quite plain and do all the decoration on the inside? That would be interesting. Because that paper's really nice. Sometimes the paper on its own is just decoration enough, you know? You don't have to decorate absolutely every inch of everything. What's on the other side of this? Would that match? Oh, it's kind of pinky. Oh, if only it was blue. Blue would have looked really good. If it was blue, it would have looked awesome. I could potentially make it just there, because that's kind of a brownish colour. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just make a corner piece there. I quite like that. Okay. Now for this girl, oof, that's got to go. It's too pink. Way too pink. Oh, that's a straight edge. Let's use that. Fray the edges a bit, because that's always fun. Is that enough to cover all of that? Yeah, just about. quite enough. I don't mind the gold showing, but I don't want the pink showing. So what have we got that we can use to get rid of that little strip? We've got that. We've got, that's not long enough. We've got, that's not long enough. We've got, that's not long enough either. Okay, I'll use the bit from the outside then, I guess. Yep. I just dropped my glue thing on the floor. Oh, no, it was only the lid. That's okay, that's good. We won't have glue stick with dog hair all over it then. That's fine. Okay, we've got that there. Now we can stick that on there. Much better. Dinner time for everybody. See you later, Sheila. Again, this is a free edge, so I'll probably do a little bit of sewing on it, just zhuzh it round with the sewing machine. That'll give me a little bit of texture on the front. So I could do that in a contrasting colour like light blue, so that you then have a panel here of sewn stuff. That would be cool. But if I used my sewing machine on this wobbly table, I would drive you insane. Okay, let's stick this side down while we've got the glue out. Get rid of that god-awful pink. Oh, hang on. Do I want to... I want to make a collar. Oh, it's got hideous colours on it though. I don't want hideous colours. Let's not make a collar. I do want to make a gripper thingy. rocked up there. That's why it's not sitting flat. So like I say, I'll probably do a little bit of stitching around that, which means there'll be a rectangle of stitching on the front here as well. That'll be pretty cool. There we go, get rid of that. I've also got, where's my girl gone? I think I want to put her on there, actually. How big are those wings? Yes. I think I want to put her on there. Think. Do I want to put her on there or on there? Let's put her on there. She'll stand out. Okay, so water brush. Oh come on, I've had a water brush sat like here for centuries. Where on earth has it gone? There it is. So these distress inks are water based, so I can shift some of this colour about with a bit of luck. No, it's sunk too far into the paper. So let's get the stamp pad. Where's it gone? The ink's dried too far into the paper. You're supposed to be able to re-wet it, but this is that paper that I said was a peculiar texture. It's almost like matte photo paper, so the ink's probably soaked into it so far that it's not re-wetting, that's all. But it's okay, this works too. Maddie, Scooby, quiet baby. Shush. Quiet. Good. Oh, you're so good. So good. What are you doing? Oi. Minx. Okay. I'm not going to completely cut her out like she's, what do they call it, fussy cutting. I'll cut her out like she's a sticker. I quite like the sticker look anyway. There you go, that'll do. Close enough is close enough. That's what we say, innit? That's what I say. Okay, let's see how she looks on there. That I like. Okay, so I want some, I was thinking I could use some of this trim as well. Oh, there it is. Art Chick Studio. I knew the name. Art Chick Studio. That's where all of this came from. Got loads of different types of trim. Oh, I like that one. That's very cool. It's almost like grating. Almost like a piece of, like you get in front of a fireplace. That's very cool. I like that. Oh God, there's loads of it. Okay. Yeah, let's use that. Let's use this bit because it's already broken in the middle, so. Put a bit of that across there. Ooh. Okay. You win. I was hoping to have my car back so that I could go out tomorrow, go urban sketching, and then pop into town or one of the markets or something, go and pick up some bits and bobs off the cheapo stalls. But no, don't have my car back yet, so can't go do that. That's cool. I like the metal against the fabric. That's really cool. Oh yeah. Very nice. It's not straight, but okay, so that now makes her stand out a bit better. I like that. Let's put I kind of want to make that a pocket and put fabric behind her now that I've seen the gold with the on the blue. Wouldn't that be really cool with that huge spiral behind her? Make that a pocket like that. Or even just collage it down. You don't even need to make it a pocket. I could just collage it down. In fact, I might do that. Free up the edges. This is some very cool batik fabric that a friend of mine had offcuts of. She made it herself. And she had all these bits that were too small for her to use, so I ended up with a load of awesome bits and pieces. Oh, let's put the flat edge down there. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Have the frayed edges on the other sides. Yes. I will probably sew it across the bottom, so I'm just going to tack it in place with some Pritt stick because I'll sew it into place. And when I stick her on, the wet glue will go through onto the back piece anyway, so. You could, of course, back this onto a piece of card and turn it into a little slide pocket there if you wanted to. I don't really feel like I need another pocket on this one. I think I've got enough pockets for now. So I'll stitch that across there, I think. So let's put a little bit of that trim on this side. There. Just offset that side. Ooh, I just had a really cool idea. I know what else I've got too. I haven't actually used it yet because I haven't had a chance. Not even sure exactly how you use it, but I'm willing to give it a go. Okay. Paper, fabric, her. Oh yeah, that's cool. Oh yeah. Now I'm going to use the wings. Get them out. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but we're going to try anyway. So if I stick those behind her like that, you're going to see there's the paper. It doesn't look like it's attached to her. So I was thinking, plus it covers quite an extensive set part of the wing. And I kind of want them a bit, I like this bit of the wing, so I kind of want to show that bit. So I'm thinking if I do I've got to be careful cutting on my mat. I don't want to cut on my mat because it's going to get... I'm thinking if I cut around her shoulder like that and down her arm, maybe up her neck a bit. That should be enough, I think. And I'm going to do the same on this side. I might need to cut it a bit further down, I'm not sure. So now I've got like a cut there. Is that going to work? Let's cut it just a tiny bit more on this side. I've got to be careful because that bit is super thin there. I don't want to break it. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter if it breaks, but I don't really want to break it off. So now, if I chop these wings in half, this is the moment of truth now. In theory, these should slot in under there. Ooh! Ooh! Yes! I like it! I like it a lot. I can't believe that worked. I'm quite stunned actually that worked. I want her to be less angel-like and more steampunky. So I'm thinking if I turn her wings a bit more this way, so she's got wings like a bird rather than wings like an angel. So I may have to just have that go up under her hat a little bit. So let's cut around that tiny bit there as well. Kind of golden snitch-like rather than angel-like. Ironically, I think it's this bit here that's making it look more angel-like than golden snitch-like. I might have to do like I did with the others and cut that bit off, but we'll see. So what I'm going to do is stick her below where she's cut first. Whoops. So position her where I want her. About there. And then I want to position the wings. So I think I want one there and one I got gluey fingers. I need to go and wash my hands. One there, so it goes up behind her head. Doesn't quite go up behind her head. Let's cut that bit out as well. Nope, didn't quite go through. There we go. So now she's more steampunk than angel. I like that. I think if I cut that bit out, And that bit. You'll see her wings behind her. There. Okay, so if that goes there, that goes there. Yes. So now I can wallop some glue on these bits. To make sure they stay in place. Oh, I love it when a plan comes together. How perfect is that? There's just a tiny little bit of gold tab on those wings there that I forgot to cut off before I stuck it down. There we go, that's gone now. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I like it. Just stick a bit more. Ooh, a bit more glue on that. Oh, well, that's a good way of getting glue on that bit, I suppose. Okay. While that dries, what else does she need? Oh, I love that. That's very steampunk. I like it. I wish I had one of those stamps that's the big cogs, because those would look really cool, just stamped there and there. I don't have the big cog stamp though, and it's like 18 quid or something, because apparently Tim Holt's stuff is all over 20 quid these days. I don't quite know why it's so expensive, but it is. Oh, I like that. Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's fold this over. Let's use that little bit of trim there. Just across there. From that line to there. There you go. Don't do that at home, kids. Could swallow that little bit. Ask me how I know. And yet I still do it. I like. That needs trimming off. Whoops. And that bit needs trimming off. There we go. Don't know if that paper gilding is going to stay put. It doesn't seem to want to stick. When it gets wet, it seems to want to... Ugh, I never throw anything away. Look at that nice little bit there. That looks like it needs to be on a... Oh, I know. I could turn this into a little closure thing. That would be cool. So let's put that roughly in the middle, about there. Let's put it centred on that yellow bit. Dog hair. I like it. Oh, did I mention I like it? If I sew a bit of like embroidery thread or something through there and tie it off and then put a flat button. Ooh! 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 Flat buttons! Flat buttons, boo! Flat buttons! Flat buttons! Okay. Actually, let's use this bit because I'm not going to use this bit. This is pink and God knows what. I'm not going to use that. Okay. Button. Come on, come off there. Ugh, they don't stick to anything except your fingers. Okay. Let's put it on that side because that's black. So if it doesn't quite fit properly, that'll be fine. Okay. Oh, it's a little bit too big, but never mind. It's a lot too big, actually. Well, I was hoping that would be about the right size. Never mind. Plan B. I did have some chipboard bits like this somewhere, but I don't know what happened to them. So I'm stuck DIYing it. But there's nothing wrong with a bit of DIY, right? Is that strong enough? That doesn't feel strong enough. Is this stuck? Stick that down. Make another layer. Okay. Still wet, won't punch through yet. Oh yeah, well. Probably not a good idea to punch it through into the table, but never mind. Sorry, I keep going off camera. I seem to be sat a bit further away from the table than I normally am. Can you hear Maddie? She's got bed zoomies. Every day we wake up from our afternoon nap and we do bed zoomies. You done, Sugar Plum? Okay. I think I'm going to have to use... I might have to use a bit of foam. Oh, I got glue all over the back of there again. How do I keep doing that? There's never any glue on here, so why does it keep coming up on my paper? Anyway, so I need to stick that on there with a bit of, I need a bit of foam padding because it won't be, can't really sew through there because I can't reach into the pocket. Should have put the button on first. If you're going to sew buttons on stuff, sew it on first. I'll put a little bit of foam padding under there so that it can... I've got anything I won't use. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Because this trim is getting ruined. Hi, boo-boo! This trim is getting ruined anyway, so what I'm going to do is chop it up into squares to make a thick piece. See, it doesn't stick to anything either. It's really annoying. Trimmed the nail of your cat while he was sleeping. Yeah, I have to do that. I'm doing Boo's. I'm literally doing one at a time. Because that's the only way to get it done. You have to do one while he's asleep, and then he wakes up, goes bananas at you. I know, this is the fiddliest way of doing anything, but I honestly don't know where my foam stickers are, and I'm not going to use this bit of trim, so I'm using up bits. Creative problem solving is what we call it. I'm just making a slightly thicker bit. Oh, my hands are so gluey. Okay, let's press all that together. Yes, you could use sticky back foam for this. I have sticky back foam, but let's face it, it's a lot quicker for me to make this than it would be to go and find it, because I have no idea where it is. So stick. Stick. So that glue will come up through there. That means it will hold that in place a little bit better. And I'll just drop like a couple of bits of gold acrylic paint on those two openings or something. So now all I've got to do is okay, I don't actually know where my embroidery threads are. I've got a box of embroidery threads somewhere, but I don't know where they are. I have a gold embroidery thread. So what I'm going to do is, I'm sure you can imagine this bit. I'm going to put 2 holes in here. And I'm literally going to thread 2 bits of gold, tie it in a knot, turn it around here, wrap it around the back. That's all I'm going to do with it. So nothing elaborate, just a mildly interesting closure. Okay. And that's going to be strong enough because it's got fabric on it, so that's why I put the fabric there. Because that paper on its own would have torn, but with the fabric there it'll be alright. I like that. It's simple, but it's effective. Do I want to just add another little bit of trim? Oops. Oh, that broke. Ooh, what about having a floating piece? That'll do. There we go, that's an interesting idea. Doesn't always have to be all the way down. It can go whoops, it's not very straight. It's another reason why I smudge my glue out, because it's often not incredibly straight. Trims don't have to go top to bottom, they can go like that. Get that roughly straight. This white glue dries clear, just so you know. Not that I would actually care, but it does dry clear. No, that's not sticking. Little bloop. Bloop. There we go. Okay, so there's my steampunk one. I rather like that. In fact, this almost looks like a flying dress. You know, like the steampunk girls have like a big collar, and then they'll have a corset closure on there, like she's got on her. Oh, she's not wearing a coat. Like a coat, you know, like an overcoat. Kind of looks like a flying overcoat, doesn't it? If you use your imagination. Like if this was her collar coming down here, and then this was at her waist. I like it. And then the back's just a button with that bit of trim, which keeps going wonky, but... And then inside it's more decorative. Lots of shiny bits. Some texture. These are embossed, so that's nice. Very cool. And of course all you've got to do now is fold up a bit of paper to go in there. Or, you know, stick together 2 offcuts of paper like I did for Frankenstein. Where's that one? See where I cut my A4 paper down to A4 slim. I just keep the offcuts and I just stick them together with a couple of staples and a bit of fabric to make quite a nice sized journaling spot or list keeper or something like that. If you're somebody who makes a lot of lists, that's kind of a cool idea to have little tuck away lists like that. Have your shopping list or whatever. And then there's Vanessa's. I might put some, I'm liking the gold on here for the steampunk. So I'm thinking I might put a little bit of bling on this one. I've got some diamante strips. I might put a little bit of diamante strip down there, or even across here, or, you know, somewhere along here so that it, again, it looks like a collar with a bit of lace. I think that could look quite cool if I put a little bit of bling on there somewhere. Thinking maybe along there. Do I have my bling to hand? I do. Hang on, let me go and get my bling. And just quickly whack that on there. My bling box. I need a carry strap for it. I need a leather carry strap with 2 lobster clips to go there, like that. Bling, where are you, bling? Here we go. So we've got that bling, which would be nice and flat. It's very pretty, understated kind of bling. Or we could go the whole hog. I got green bling. I was saying I needed some more green on here, wasn't I? Oh, I've got green bling. Green bling. Green bling. Okay. To there. Hi, baby. Hi, sweetie. I know, Baba. Give me a min. I won't be a second, baby. I'm nearly done. Just give me a little second, okay? One second, my darling. I know. Just 1 second, sweetie. I'm literally nearly done. Shh, 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 shh. Yes. I like it. Oh, slightly off. Let's move it down a bit. There we go. Very nice. I like that. Just sets it off nicely. Again, it kind of makes it look like a necklace. I like these. I don't know what they're called. I know them as tuxedo pockets. Because normally you would tuck both sides back and kind of make it into a shirt. Maybe I can do another one that will demonstrate the shirt part a little bit better. But yeah, there's my 3 pockets. And give me 2 seconds, my darling. Just 2 seconds, my love. And where's my envelope gone? My envelope. Steampunk envelope. There you go. Some ideas for decorating. I hope that's helped to those of you who were struggling to think of what you would do with an envelope to make it decorative. But honestly, you know, I threw this one together earlier from a piece of paper that wasn't even cut square. Like literally, it's not even cut properly. It's torn out of a book. It's not a square. I just folded it up using the same thing that we did the other day. And look, it looks like a really cool envelope with a off-center bit, you know. Stick a button on there, or a flower, or, you know, even a bit of decorative trim or something, and you're done. You don't need to decorate. So don't feel like you have to decorate. Start with a page that doesn't necessarily need a lot of decoration and then embellish it. Or draw on it, or whatever. You know, there's nothing to stop me drawing or stamping on this. In fact, I probably will draw on this bit when I get to it. You can write on there. It doesn't necessarily have to be journaling. You can make it part of your fantasy theme. So like steampunk, I could write something on here, you know, captain's log, whatever, you know, make up a date, 2072, flying over Indonesia, you know, yeah, it could be anything. Make it, use a stamp that says logbook or something. Just use your imagination. So there you go, there's my 4 envelopes. I hope that's been useful, and I will see you all again next week. I'm going to go and tidy my desk now and have some food. Bye!